3 ways to boldly grow that I want to share with you in the short time that I have with you. The number 1 is go inside, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few moments. Second one is challenge rules. And it's not the rules that you think. It's actually challenging your own rules. We all have rules that prevent us from being bolder than we are. And I'll talk a little bit about that. And lastly, go global, think global, with or without technology. And every one of us in this room is global by nature of living on the planet at this time. There is no more exciting time to be living than now. One of the things I give gratitude for daily is to be alive on the planet at this time right now. Every one of you in this room is alive on the planet today, right now, and you're here for a purpose. You're here to transform. You're here to guide other audiences through their fear. However, we cannot boldly do that unless we're at our most clear, fine, healed, strong selves. So, after we went to the retreat in Italy, Reg and I, and by the way, it was a spiritual retreat that's based on body work and also spiritual, I guess the word is evolving or enlightenment or getting to a place of clarity. And we did that together. It was amazing. And we were there with 50 people on a little island called Formica. And every day we would get up and we would meditate and do some body work, meditate again and do some more body work, and then hang with people. And the people on the island are actually, the people who housed us were prison inmates, young offenders who had been sent to the island to serve spiritual communities who held their events there. It was a very powerful experience. And then in the summertime, Reg, my husband, said, I'd really like to go and really deepen our meditation practice. Let's go to Deepak Chopra's Synchrodestiny. And that was earth-shattering. And for those of you familiar with Deepak's work, his whole philosophy is that in order to be successful, you must go inside, you must meditate. But his philosophy is about discipline. It's about sitting every day for 30 minutes at a time, morning and night, with your personal mantra and getting really still and quiet inside. And what they do is they give you a bija at the morning of your birth, at the moment of your birth. The Vedics believe that you were given a bija. It was a sound. It was a note that sounded right exactly at the moment of your birth. And everyone has their own individual bija. And you're given your bija by a primordial sound meditation master in a room, and then you're off to go and use it for the rest of the retreat. So I went into the room with my master, and I'm sitting there, and she started to, and by the way, it's very private. You can't share it. It's yours. It's not to be. It's a private thing. And she starts to say mine, and I start to giggle. I can't stop giggling because she's saying it, and I'm like, oh, really? Like, seriously, like I'm really, like I'm giggling, and she's starting to giggle with me. She's actually, so we're both having this giggling moment as she's telling me my bija. And then finally, she makes me breathe with it and integrate it, and then they send you off. And I need to share with you, they send you off into the room, and there's about 100 people at that event, and you're supposed to meditate and practice with your bija for 20 minutes. I had a panic attack. I was literally just like, I practiced mindfulness, and I've done tons of therapy, and, you know, I'm an open book. You can come and ask me later. I've done cranial sacral. I've done rebirthing. I've done every possible modality that's out there to find out more about my psychosis. And so to sit still and just be with myself scared the hell out of me. And so I closed my eyes, I started to breathe, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, every thought in my head, no, this is stupid. Is everybody else closing their eyes? What are they doing? Oh, I heard somebody make a noise. Like, literally, the junk that's in our minds. Now take a CAPS convention and multiply what is going through our minds every microsecond. But I've got to tell you, since going still, we went to this, I have been practicing 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, religiously. And I can honestly tell you that the event was called Synchrodestiny. And I can honestly tell you that from June till today, things have happened that I couldn't I couldn't even have fathomed, I couldn't have written it down as a business plan, I couldn't have written it down as a goal, I could not have planned for it to manifest the way it has. One thing that has manifested as Deepak's office is actually in talks with Reg and I right now about working together, about bringing some of Deepak's work to the corporate market. When you go inside, there are 3 questions you want to ask yourself. And these are the fundamental questions of life. Who am I? What do I want? How can I serve? Now, here's what I found about these questions. As you ask them and as you evolve, the answers change. So when you first say to yourself, who am I? The literal brain goes to, I'm Cheryl Cran, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a speaker, I live in Vancouver, all those things that make us the physical being. But as you go deeper and as you meditate, you realize that who I am is all that is. All that is me. The universe is within me, I am within the universe. You are me, I am you. That becomes the answer. And what happens is this really strong inner calm that just goes, whoa, who the heck have I been trying to impress? Who am I? What do I want? And I would bet if I polled this room, we all want peace, love, joy, abundance. How can I serve? You are serving by being who you are. You serve by being the mother, the wife, the parent, the neighbor, the speaker. Speaker is one part of our identity, but here's what happens, and this is why we're all, not we're all, pardon, let me change that. This is why some of us, or a lot of us, get frightened, because part of our identity has been threatened by the economy in the last few years. And it's not just our identity, it's the actual pocketbook that's been affected. So then it becomes frightening, and what do? We push back against the identity. Let me keep my identity, let me keep my identity. Please things stay the same. Please, I promise I'll be a good girl. Right? Instead of looking at what we need to do to be bold. So what's your bold? Here's the thing, we're no longer in competition. We're no longer in competition, and I know the business people go, yes, we are, Cheryl. Economics says there's competition, everybody has a competitor. Yes, but guess what? Competition is masculine energy. It's this. So every time you show up and you compete, you're pushing against attraction. The attraction ability is creation. When competition increases, we must get more creative. And many of us get frightened of that because it means we got to work. We've got to shift, we've got to change, we've got to grow, we've got to get creative. We've heard all through the last convention of this convention, diversify. Well, diversify means more than just creating new business opportunities. It means diversifying. What other things do you want to do? What other parts of your identity is it time to explore?